Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because today we will have to talk about season 3 of the show called The Morning Show, and we will be talking about Bradley and Laura. And yes, they have a happy ending at the end of season 2. I was worried about their relationship. I was worried about how things would, progress between them moving on to season 3, but it's good to see that everything worked out for the couple, and I'm super happy that they could finally find the middle ground and understand each other. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments as well, because it is super mega important. And I also want to say that I've activated the super stickers to the channel just in case any of you would like to make a small donation. It will also help out the channel to go a very long way. So let's get right into further details. So if you guys don't know, this show is amazing. It's 100% amazing. It currently, basically season 3 has 8 episodes available, and it was really giving what it's supposed to give. And Laura and Bradley, at the beginning you can see that they were not on the same page. They were not together at that point. Bradley, she was focused on her career. She's finally getting the opportunities that she was working towards too. And of course, Laura is already Laura. She's a legend in the game when it comes to news reporting. So Bradley, she was working on her come up and everything was going for her. And at the beginning you can see actually Bradley, she was hooking up with another girl. So it means that she been, out there dating women, even though she and in this case Laura, they never made their relationship public. It was clear that, at that point, Bradley, she was bisexual. So as everything progresses, Bradley, she started to get into these situations with her work. She just felt like she was working on this very important case that she was figuring out in Texas, and she couldn't, make that situation public, and it actually bothered her a lot. So she ends up reaching out to Laura. In this case, they actually met in her event that the company did for her work, in this case for Bradley. And of course, Laura showed up to go show support for her, and even though she doesn't like those type of events, she still showed up to show support towards Bradley and this big move on her career. And after that, they had a conversation, and they actually got into this altercation because the two couldn't see eye to eye. They were arguing. They were like, we can be cordial, but at the same time, at that moment, they couldn't be cordial because there was still a lot of, things that they had to settle in order to have a friendship. But as things progresses, you can actually see that they still care about each other a lot. Like they really do care about each other a lot. But at that moment of time, they just needed to be apart and just, be co-workers. So that's how everything went. But as the episodes progresses, that's where everything actually starts to escalate between them, because Bradley and Laura actually ends up spending the pandemic together. They were isolated, together, because Bradley actually ended up getting invited by Laura to stay at her place while, this whole lockdown was going on. So that's exactly what happened, and that's where the two actually got extremely close with one another, but they were still keeping it low-key. The public at that moment already knew that they had something going on in the past, but not that they actually have rekindled their situation. So they were keeping everything low-key, spending a lot of time together, 24/7 in a house, locked up, but still working. So we all know that that can get very intense. And also at the same time, Bradley was going through a lot when it comes to her mother, her brother as well. Her mother actually got the virus, in this case COVID, and but after that her mother actually ends up passing away, and it was very hard for her because she couldn't be there during that whole process. Her brother blamed her for not being there and leaving him alone to deal with everything, and that actually ends up causing a lot of problems in Bradley and Laura's relationship, because Laura, she loves Bradley, but she also doesn't feel like her family is the not perfect family, but like a family that really genuinely care about Bradley. She feels like she has the type of family that just wants to bring her down, that definitely doesn't care about career. And after that, because of Laura's opinion on Bradley's family, like it looks like Laura is very judgmental towards her family, and that actually ends up causing a lot of problems in their relationships, because Bradley felt like she had to choose between Laura and her mother. And of course that actually end up making them go separate ways, because Bradley at that point, she was broken, she was grieving, she was going through a lot of problems with her brother, losing her mother, having to be locked down 24/7 with someone that you love, but you guys don't see eye to eye. Laura at the same time, she was like, no, you can't blame me for everything that's going on. You need someone to talk to, you need therapy. Like, you can just throw everything on me because you are going through a lot, and I get it, but you have no reason to attack me. I get it, we see things differently, but it doesn't mean that I'm the blame for everything that's going on, and you don't have to blame yourself for what happened to your mother. So after that, basically Bradley, she packed up her things and she left Laura's house, and Laura was very respectful towards it. She was like, I know you're not coming back at this point, but it is what it is. I wish you the best. She didn't force anything. She actually let Bradley go because Bradley, she had decided to go work on field. And after that, Bradley got into a situation with her brother when it comes to a police officer. And after that situation, Bradley, she tried to cover up a case for her brother so her brother can go to jail. But after that, her brother, he wanted to come out, and Bradley was like, you can't come out with the truth, because if you do, I will lose my career. There's a lot of fault. You are a father. You will be, in prison. Who's gonna be here to take care of your kid or your wife and all of that? So it was just a whole lot going on. And then, of course, Bradley and Laura, they met up. Bradley actually ended up reaching out to Laura after a while of them not being together. And of course, Laura, she was trying to keep everything smooth and just converse it and see how Bradley was doing. But at that moment, Laura realized that Bradley, she was in prison in the moment. She just wanted to go out for a drink and she didn't know who to call. So she actually ends up calling her. So she felt kind of used, but she also understood that, Bradley was going through a lot. Once again, Laura was being very patient. And Bradley actually ends up telling Laura, hey, I want to be with you, but I'm a mess right now and I don't want you to get caught up in my situations. And of course, Laura, loving Bradley, she actually ends up going to Bradley's brother and telling him like, hey, I feel like Bradley really wants to be with me and I want to be with her, but there's just a whole lot going on with you and her, and I feel like you need to think about her as well, not only you. And they actually had a very, very good conversation, and her brother actually ends up deciding not to go through, to giving himself into the police, and he actually ended up going out of New York and going back to where he lives and taking his family and all of that, and everything worked out, and Bradley was happy, because that's all she wanted for her is for her brother to have peace. And then Bradley actually went up looking for Laura and apologized and told her, hey, now I'm ready for us, like I want to be with you. I just was going through a lot, and I feel like this is the moment for us to be together. And of course, Laura, loving Bradley, she gave her time, she gave her space, she didn't force anything. And yes, at the end they kiss and they have a happy ending, and everything worked out perfectly for them too. And I'm really, really happy it did, because I really like the balance between them. You can see Bradley is more over the place, all over the place, and you have Laura. Laura is more calm, more like realistic. Let's think about it. Let's try to solve it. Talk to me type of vibe, So they really balance out each other a lot. It was really, really good to see that they have an ending. So for further details, I would 100% recommend you all to go watch the show. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Until the next video, and goodbye.